About now, you're about to be possessed by the sounds of MC Rawface and DJ Easy Rock.
Hit it! What's up, folks? G-Funk is back, along with one and only Mr. X.
What's up, people? Mr. X here. I'm in transit, so if you lose me, blame the cell phone service. How's it going, everybody?
It's going, man. It's going. Like I said, it's unfortunately here in the Northeast, it's snowing again. So, Mother Nature, fuck you. So, I don't know, unfortunately, and the Yankee home opener got snowed out. So, that makes me even more pissed off. So, oh well. We're going to do, me and Mr. X decided to do our top 5 greatest WWE returns or surprise returns. It's kind of a little bit of a mixture of both. Because some were advertised, some weren't, some were complete, no one knew. Some like now with social media being the way it is now, you can pretty much find out when everyone's returning and this and that. Back in the day, before social media was all big, before cell phones and Facebook and all this other shit, you didn't really know. It was word of mouth or through someone who knows somebody, or it was always a big guess. You didn't really know until it actually happened. My first one is Stone Cold returns to help The Rock at Backlash in 2000. For a while, Stone Cold was out. He was nursing an injury that kept him out for a little while. So what I thought was,
Internet security alert.
Oh, shit.
Your computer might be infected by...
My computer's got a freaking other stupid thing going on here. I don't tell you.
Too much porn, G-Funk.
Yeah. So, so I was definitely surprised by when he came back, because they said for a while his injury wasn't going to be that big. He wasn't going to be out. So to me, it was definitely great, because again, to help The Rock, because at the time The Rock was kicking ass and pretty much was stepping in for for Stone Cold while he was away. So, up until that, hold on a second, fuck some more thing here. But who do you got? What do you got? What are your top 5? Like I said, we'll alternate because, like I said, I'm pretty sure we have some different ones.
Well, just to go back on what you said a little bit, this day and age with the internet and all sorts of social media, it's very difficult to keep a surprise. I think that the WWE did an excellent job last year with the Hardys. So much so that the Hardys worked a match the night before. I think it was against the Young Bucks. And the next day at the hotel, the day of WrestleMania, they were in the lobby telling people, we're going to such and such place. When they were playing it up at the very last minute, using the most minor details that really had to be a surprise. I mean, when that music hit last year at WrestleMania and New Day was approaching the ring, I think it was a big surprise to most people. And I think it was really, really well done this day and age. So that's definitely my top 5.
Yeah, I was just surprised. Like I said, once they said there was a 4th team, everyone I pretty much thought New Day was going to be the team, because I really thought, because when they were they were starting to walk down slowly, then putting down their their costumes. So at one point I thought it was going to be them, and then all of a sudden the music hit and the place went apeshit, and I was like, oh no way! Like it was definitely a surprise that no one expected, but it was really awesome.
Yeah, it was really well done.
Go ahead, name another one.
I thought WrestleMania 8, the Return of the Ultimate Warrior, was a big one at the time, because do you remember fuck out on them? Oh shit. I'll be right back.
All right. Mr. X take care of that. But I had John Cena come back at Royal Rumble 2008. For a while he was out. I don't know if he was injured or something was going on back then. Like I said, you didn't really know what was the whole scoop of him finally coming back at the Royal Rumble, being number 30 no less, and winning it, which was pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not a big Cena fan, but I was definitely surprised, because I didn't think it was going to be Cena. It was going to be the last guy. So,
I'm sorry.
That's right. No, I just said my one of mine was John Cena returning at the 2008 Royal Rumble. Just because, like I said, I was very surprised at the time, because, like I said, he wasn't expected to be there. It wasn't a big, nothing was promoted by it. Saying he was going to come back or anything like that. So
if you remember, the injury was supposed to have him out through WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that the guy returned to the Rumble, looking the way he did, changed everything.
Yeah, he came back earlier than I think everybody planned on him coming back. So I was definitely a lot more surprised than anything, and the fact that then he ended up being number 30 on top of it, and then winning the match, winning the Royal Rumble itself. So for me, it was really cool. Like I said, it was another surprise that you didn't see coming. My other one was Brock Lesnar returns on Raw, April 2nd, 2012. When John Cena was coming out, it was right after WrestleMania. He's talking in the ring, and then all of a sudden you hear Brock Lesnar's music hit, and the place went completely apeshit. Not a big Lesnar fan at the time. I was definitely wondering if he was coming back, if anything was going to happen with him. And that started a huge feud with him and Cena, wrestling almost till SummerSlam. A lot of good matches with those two. Like I said, I wasn't really, like I said, I wasn't feeling Lesnar. At the time, I was more on the Cena side, but I still was. But they still put on great matches. And the fact when he came in the ring, it looked like they were going to like bond, and all of a sudden, they shake hands, and then freaking Brock F5s him, and I was like, oh damn, that definitely kind of had your big surprise. I was definitely was expecting it. But something you knew something was going to happen, just wasn't sure what was going to happen. And that was definitely one of my favorite returns. Lesnar coming back. What do you got?
It was cool. It reminded me a lot of when Goldberg made his debut the following day after WrestleMania. What was that? It must have been 2003 when he came out and broke The Rock.
Yeah.
Day after WrestleMania, setting the table for that. But just to go back before I was interrupted on a work call, Dick, sorry. When the Warrior came back at WrestleMania 8, so if you recall, that was at a time when at SummerSlam 91, the match made in heaven, the match made in hell, was Warrior and Hogan versus the Sergeant Slaughter, then we had Anakin Mustafa. After the match, the Warrior held up Vince for money, contract dispute, the Warrior left.
Yeah.
That's the big void in this storyline. Warrior came back at WrestleMania 8 about 60 pounds lighter, with shorter hair.
Yeah.
But if you look at that time period in WWE, it's, in my opinion, it's one of the best times of talent in their league. You had Flair, Sid, Hogan, Shawn Michaels is a heel now. There was so much talent under one roof, and it just totally fell apart. You look at 92 compared to 93, you had this silly games like Doink the Clown and T.L. Hopper and all that ridiculous stuff. And I attribute a lot of that to the Warrior, again, leaving shortly after he made his return at WrestleMania 8. So it was short-lived, but at the time, a little bit.
Gracie, it's okay, baby. Got my daughter home from school because there's no school again today. So, she's freaking watching her little videos over there.
I'm like a Warrior fan.
Yeah.
One other one I had in 2007. If you remember all the Save Us promos that were coming on Raw, SmackDown, and nobody knew what it was really about. It was, there was speculation. It was Sting. I'd heard that, many days at the time. Turned out to be Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Coming back after I think about an 18-month layoff, where he was doing his band and other projects. The thing with this, though, is it was new Chris Jericho. His character was completely different. The guy took acting classes in that time, and it was my favorite incarnation of Jericho, quite honestly.
Yeah.
His matches, his feud with Shawn Michaels, he would wear the suit and be all serious.
Yeah.
I think it was excellent. It was really well done.
He was definitely one of my favorite returns, too. Like, I always love Jericho. On the mic, in the ring, he's a great performer all around. I miss him. I wish he'd come back soon, but he's out touring with Fozzy right now, so who knows when that, what's going to happen there. My last one, which to me, at the time, because when he got hurt, I was really, loving his push, and he was doing good. He was, with DX and everything, and he was definitely had a good, he was just peaking, I think, at this time, and when he got hurt. So when he came back, when Triple H came back on Raw, January 7th, 2002, at Madison Square Garden, no less, that place is the loudest I think I've heard on TV, any arena, when his music hit, because you can hear, when certain guys come out, their music's really loud, and then, you get such a pop from some guys, especially if they haven't been around in a long time, or if they haven't wrestled in a long time, or, either way. But Triple H said he was nervous. He didn't know if anyone was going to, but he was one of the biggest, greatest wrestlers in in the Attitude Era. So you knew him being out for a long time, amount of time, was going to hurt him. But he came back and never lost. Seemed like he never lost a beat. He was definitely, came back fighting, and it was great to see him come back. Just because at the time I think they were kind of losing stuff with certain guys, were losing some flow, and they needed Triple H back. I think to push him a little bit more momentum wise with heading into the Royal Rumble that year. So, Mr. X. Mr. X still there?
I about that. Yeah, the thing I remember most about that return, he came back about 50 pounds heavier with muscle. He was tremendous.
Yeah.
He was wearing that jean jacket, looked completely badass. But what really sucked about that whole timing is, if you recall, the the match he got injured was Austin and Triple H versus Jericho and Benoit.
Yeah.
And, Triple H manned it out, finished the match despite the injury. But that whole summer, the plan was to have Jericho and Benoit versus Austin and Helmsley in singles matches, tag matches. And they really had to cheat all those plans, unfortunately. But yeah, the two-man power trip, that was pretty cool with Austin and Helmsley. Two different established characters running rampant with all the titles. It was pretty cool. But it just catapulted Triple H into that main event spot. It's not lackluster WrestleMania 18 main event following the Hogan Rock match. But despite all that, I agree with you, it was a great return.
Yeah.
My last one, which was pretty significant, was the X-Pac return in 1998, day after WrestleMania 14.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels had to retire, and Triple H cut the infamous promo where he acknowledges the click.
Yeah.
How you look at your brother, and you look at your family, and you look at the click, and X-Pac came in. And if you recall at the time, WCW was just killing WWE in the ratings.
Yep.
Getting X-Pac back was really the first significant perceived shift in direction and momentum, I should say. But X-Pac left, a good run of WCW. Remember, the NWO at the time was the hottest angle outside of anyone named Steve Austin. And now he came back. And that really did help swing the pendulum a bit. And it really worked with the group, obviously. Do a job on Triple H.
I see.
Had a really good long run.
I see my friend Big Bald Bearded Mike has joined us. Mike, if you want to ask a question now, haven't heard from you in a while, be nice for you to a little wrestling question you'd like to ask me? Or Mr. X? Go ahead, if so throw it down the bottom there. I'll read it live. Couple things I want to get into besides wrestling. We're definitely going to do a WrestleMania prediction show either later this week, definitely before WrestleMania. When, I don't know. It's up to me and Mr. X's schedule, how flexible it is. But we definitely will be doing a WrestleMania prediction show, which like I said, Raw tonight should be good. We've got to find out if Undertaker's finally going to accept the challenge. I think what's going to happen is Cena's going to come out. He's going to say, da-da-da-da-da-da, do it on the whole stupid promo again that no one's going to care about. And then he's going to come out at WrestleMania. And then that's when you're going to hear Kid Rock's going to come out. The music's going to go nuts. He's going to come out, Undertaker's come down on his Harley and come in and hopefully whip John Cena's ass. I think that's going to happen. Because I think they're still building it where they don't want him to actually say anything or see him yet. Just because I think they're trying to realize that he's got to come back as the American Badass Undertaker. Just because I think he knows, everybody knows the way he ended it last year, that the dead man character is gone. At least I think it is. I'm pretty sure he's, going with the same vibe that everyone has, so that should be interesting. Mr. X, what do you think about the Yankees in the first 4 games of the season?
It's a mixed bag. I mean, game 1, we saw our firepower.
Yeah.
We saw some of the bottom of the lineup picking up. But I'm disappointed. I'm concerned with Dylan DeVantis, of course.
Yeah.
The David Robertson thing yesterday was, I don't know. It happened. I mean, Justin Smoke's a world-class hitter, actually, honestly. I had my fantasy league a couple years. It was good for me. I'm pleased with what I see. I think that, a lot of it's going to come together, but I am concerned somewhat about the pitching. I mean, I said that from the beginning. Right now, we look good, though, but I'm still very confident, and, it's an exciting team. It's time to be a fan.
It should be, like I said, it's still early in the season, of course. Only 4 games in. Aaron Boone, as a first-time manager, definitely is going to be learning on the fly. First 2 games went well. Our offense, our bullpen was good. And the second 2 games, bullpen didn't come in. We didn't hit when we really needed some big hits. The only thing that pissed me off more than anything with Aaron Boone's first 4 games, mostly the 2 games that we lost, just because, one, the bullpen, I think he's going to them, like, back in the day, man, starters usually at least 7, 8, sometimes pitch complete games. They don't let starters get out of the 6th inning now. So, and I know you got a good bullpen, but you don't want to tax on them. This is what Joe Girardi and I think did too much too. He would go to them too soon. Like, he never let guys, especially young guys, get out of jams. Like, if the score's really close, okay, you want to go to a guy who's fresh, who's going to come out of the bullpen firing rockets. I understand that. But when the game's close, the game's like you're only up a few runs, and there's only 1 or 2 guys on base, fine. But if there's 1, 2 out, if there's 2 outs, let the guy try to get out of the jam. If there's 1 out, all right, I can see you taking him out. So a couple of his decisions to switch guys here and there, kind of, I didn't like. The one thing that made me mad yesterday is they called up Andujar because that kid Kenny got hurt, and I was like, all right, whatever. So thinking Andujar's going to play the field, they put him at the DH. To me, Why? You want the guy to get, I know he's not great in the field yet, but stick him third base, second base, outfield. Gary Sanchez is one of your best hitters, and it's only 3 games in, and you're having him take a rest already? Like, let him DH. Like, he's not catching. Like, DHing is the easiest job. If you're a DH, all you gotta do is hit. So why can't Gary Sanchez hit? He's one of our best hitters. He's 4 games in, dude. I'm sorry, he should not be resting already. I'm sorry. To me, these guys are getting coddled, okay? Back in the day, guys would pick back-to-back freaking doubleheaders, all freaking 18 innings. Now I need a rest. Oh, I only played 7 innings. I'm exhausted. Like, come on, dude. Like, I'm just sick of the nickel and dime pussy shit with these freaking guys, So, I don't know. I just think that, all athletes, not just baseball, every football and basketball, especially basketball. Oh my God, I'm going to be starting basketball. Oh, I'm not a big basketball fan, but yesterday I happened to watch the women's NCAA championship game between Mississippi State and Notre Dame. I'm a big Notre Dame fan, college football, college in general, college Notre Dame fan because of my uncle. So I'm watching it a little bit on and off. I didn't watch most. I watched the very last 10 minutes. And the girl, again, hit the game-winning shot to win the national championship. I almost shit myself because I didn't think she was going to hit it. The girl was like, the way she was, that her angle, and the girl who was in her face, I was pretty sure she was going to clank it or completely miss it, and it went in. I was like, oh my God. Probably one of the most exciting basketball games I've seen in a while. And, it depends on how the men's goes tonight, which should be just as exciting. But like I said, I'm not really into watching women's basketball that much. Like, I don't really watch the WNBA, but it's probably one of the most competitive basketball games because no one's dunking in the women's basketball. There's very few women that are 6'8" or 6'9" who can dunk. So to me, women's basketball is more entertaining because it all relies on their shooting and how they get to the basket. It's more strategy, I think, to me, than guys who are 6'6" who can dunk just by freaking on their tiptoes. So like I said, I sports weekend otherwise, with being Easter and all, I didn't really get. Like I said, the Yankee game was pretty much over by the time I got to my in-laws to watch, to have Easter dinner and everything. But it was just the Yankees were the bullpen just wasn't good, and I think they're relying on them too much. And once they realize they can't rely on them, they got to let these guys go longer. And you got young guys coming up. You got Chance Adams. You got Justice Sheffield. Let these guys go next year and let them try to get out of jams. You're never going to learn what these guys are made of unless you try to challenge them in the most difficult times of them being out on the field. And if you don't, they're just going to be a bunch of babies. They're going to be a bunch of pussyfooters who don't know how to get tough when it comes down to it. So, like I said, I don't know. What do you think, Mr. X?
I don't know. I'm not very in a position. In my opinion, I can act like I know, but as a coach, I don't have much experience as a been T-ball. So as far as wrestling players and when they go to the bullpen and stuff, it's still difficult to say. I mean, I don't know. As a spring training sport, I really see what everyone's their ability is, and prepare for the actual season. But I just see a trend of going earlier and earlier, and I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. But time will tell.
Yeah.
Did we get any emails?
I have one email, and it's from John Wynn, and he asked, "Jerry, wanted to thank you for the free advertising you did for the tire shop. 2 customers came in and took advantage of the G-Funk special. And here are my questions for you and Mr. X. Please don't speed through them with one-word answers. I put time into these questions. Please put some time into the answers." Okay, we will. First one, are you religious at all? I believe in God, and I believe in Jesus, and I celebrate Easter and all the other holidays. So yes, I'm some religious. Don't go to church as much as I like to, but I do on occasion. Not, but mostly just the holiday ones. Easter, of course, and Christmas, but not really so much in between. I try to, but it's different when you got kids and you got other stuff going on. It's not easy to get to church all the time. Mr. X, what about you?
Nope.
One-word answer for Mr. X. Sorry, that's all you're getting out of him. You're clearly a successful in life. I wish. What do you attribute to your success, and what advice would you give to a guy like me? Dude, I don't do this for money, okay? If I did this for money right now, it'd be on TV, I'd have a production crew, I'd be able to do a lot more stuff. Mr. X and I would be in the same studio together. So, for me, I'm not successful. So, if you think this is successful...
What does John Wynn classify as success?
Yeah, well, that's...
Funny, so
yeah.
I'm not answer that question.
Like I said, to me, it's successful to be doing the show for money full-time as a job, but unfortunately, I'm not. You said you've done some good pranks in the past. I did one once involving a popcorn bucket and my cousin Michelle. Even though it happened so long ago, my aunt still won't allow her to see me. What are some of the best pranks you've done? Oh my god. There's a lot of good pranks. Yeah, the one I think I did was the funniest was when one of my old buddies I went to college with was he was having a party for his girlfriend at her dorm at his dorm room. I didn't want to go just because his girlfriend was her friend was friends with me, and we kind of like didn't want to see each other. Stuff happened, and we didn't want to actually be around each other. So to me, I didn't really want to go. So I told him, like, why don't we make it a costume party? So made it a costume party. I dressed up as with a mask on. I was like some monster or something with a Wolfman mask or whatever. So the funny thing was that the dorm room, the way the hallway was, you could set it up where everyone room was so close, but at the end of the hallway was the main room where everyone got together and hung out and watched TV and stuff. So we did it kind of in there. So what I did was he wanted to bring her out of the room. He was going to say, "Oh, come on down, at this time from the room. We're going to meet everybody there." So he was, telling his girlfriend to wait in the dorm room. So what I did was I took the lock off the door handle and jimmied it out. So it just looked like there was the handle and you couldn't open the door. So the lock was, you couldn't push the door open. It was the way the handle was set up. You couldn't turn the handle to open the door because the trigger with the lock in it was removed. So she was locked in the room. So we're sitting there, and he had one of his friends come, his roommate go down to the end of the hallway and say, "Hey, go get, tell her to come now, So she's freaking pounding on. You can hear he got my friend's buddies all halfway down the hallway. He's like banging on the door, let me out. She's freaking out. Get me out of here! I'm stuck in here. And I'm on down the end of the hallway, and you could start hearing it because everyone got quiet, and you could hear her, "Get me out of here! Someone lock me in!" It was hysterical, just because of the fact that she didn't like me to begin with, and her friend, who was a biatch at the time, who was mad at her, thought it was funny. So me and her actually got back together, which was not back together, kind of just high school, college days, just random whatever hookups here and there. But it was funny just because he was pissed at me after that. I didn't care, just because his girl was always so bitchy, always made us late for stuff, or always didn't want. She was always like the negative Nelly, nothing could go had to be her way. Oh, why don't we go do this instead of that? It was either real. I always made it fun because the dude I liked hanging out with, he was cool. His girlfriend was a real downer. But any good pranks for you, Mr. X?
Yeah, I'm a little more simple than that. The best thing I ever used to do in most of my college and in my 20s, Mr. X has really big balls and a really small penis. I would always dangle a ball out of my zipper. So, go over. And I just walk around with a ball out, and then it would, the moment when they would look down and see this enormous grapefruit hanging out of my pants, it was just a moment of pure hilarity.
Yeah. If you can reverse the outcome of one single sports game in history, which would it be? The 2001
World Series.
Which one? 2001 World Series?
Yeah, Diamondbacks.
Game 7. I was going to say the same one, dude. That or the 2004 collapse against the Red Sox.
Yeah, definitely.
But the 2001 World Series was so, Diamondbacks and Yankees, that was the year 9/11. So everyone.
That was in the bag, though, too.
Yeah, that to me. Yeah, to me that was you wanted to win so bad. Just what happened in New York that year. It was with all the people passed. With the 9/11 tragedy that year in New York, it really hit home. And everyone wanted to see the Yankees win that year. We already won 3 years in a row. Granted, we were I was happy, but you really wanted to win that one just that year. If we won 4 in a row, been off. The friend at the time the dynasty was already had started, but it was really really upsetting when Gonzalez hit that little blooper over Jeter's head, and I was in complete disarray. What are your thoughts on my hometown, Houston, Texas? I have family out there. Oh, go ahead.
I was there last year.
Go ahead.
I said it's a dump. I was there.
Oh, it's a dump. My cousin lives in the outskirts of Houston. I don't know exactly what town she lives in, but she likes going. She does a lot of business going in and out of the city sometimes. I've been to Texas once, but not Houston. And I was only at the airport. I actually was delay flight over, so I didn't actually go anywhere. I just was at the airport. I forgot which airport it was. It wasn't Houston Airport, but might have been San Antonio. I don't remember. It was years ago. If your wife gave you...
Best thing about Houston, Texas is leaving Houston, Texas.
If your wife gave you 3 hall passes, who would they be? Mr. X, I have to think. You want to take these 3? You want to take one of these?
I didn't hear the question.
If your wife gave you 3 hall passes, who would they be?
3 hall passes, okay. Let's do Mandy Rose.
Okay.
What's the other one's name? What's that Colombian actress's name?
Sofia Vergara?
Sofia Vergara is number 2. And maybe I like the blonde in The Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know her name.
I can't remember her name either. But I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Mine
Mine would...
looks like Mandy Rose a little.
Yeah, she kind of does. First one is probably Lita, because I had the biggest crush on her.
Still, you could bang anyone and you would bang
Lita. Oh my god, dude. Lita was just so... Something about her, man. I just couldn't... I don't know, man. It was just something
like the hottest girl in the trailer park. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, dude. But she was just... The way she was so cool. Like, she wasn't like trashy. She was like cool and like... I don't know. I can't describe it. It's just something turned me on about her. I just really was like, oh man, I would love to have Megan Fox, and I have to say Jennifer Love Hewitt. I've always had a crush for Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I put the Heartbreakers again the other day, man. That movie's so good.
Yeah. What is your favorite kind of cheese? I like Swiss. Mr. X, favorite kind of cheese?
Yeah, Swiss cheese also. I knew I liked it.
Ever hear of an independent wrestler named Donnie Mo Honey Lancaster? This guy is going to be a star someday. No, never heard of him. Mr. X, have you heard of him?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. What were Ric Flair's best matches? Matches he had with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, Sting, the one he had with Shawn Michaels.
He had a match on Raw in 2003 against Triple H that was really good.
Yeah, that match. I couldn't remember if that was the pay-per-view or not. Yeah, he's had dude. The guy's wrestled over so many matches. But in his younger days, I think his matches were at their best. You know, when he fought, I'm telling you, the match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was probably one of the craziest matches I've ever seen.
His Steamboat match is by far the best.
Yeah. Have you ever had phone sex, and how do you do it? Man, if you don't know how to have phone sex, you have problems. Mr. X, you want to weigh in on that one or no?
You can take this one.
Okay. Like I said, man, if you don't have phone sex, you're in deep trouble. What is your dream job? We'll be doing this for a career and get paid, but since I don't, I just do it for fun. Thanks, guys. Appreciate the show and really am a big fan. I would like the autograph you promised me for $60. How do I pay you? I get a SI check every Tuesday. Man, we're still looking into it. So, like I said, when I get a chance to figure something out, you'll definitely get that autograph picture. But folks, I don't know. That's about it. Like I said, no more emails today. But if you want to keep sending emails at WrestleTalk2018 at yahoo.com, JerryGman2376 yahoo.com. Any questions? It doesn't have to be wrestling. It doesn't have to be about sports, entertainment, whatever you want to talk about. I'm here to answer for you. Me and Mr. X got your back. Like I said, we're going to definitely do a WrestleMania prediction show. I don't know if we're going to do how many more shows before then. Probably just a one, maybe 2. But like I said, it depends on our schedules right now. But Mr. X, anything else to add?
I'll carry you offline. I'm in Toronto next week, so it might be tough.
Oh, okay. It's going to be tough. We'll figure something out. We'll try to do something either before you leave or not. If we do, probably do the prediction show before you leave if we can. But, folks, until next time, Mr. X and I will bid you a fond adieu. And I will see you when I see you. I gotta go. I'll see you when I see you. Insane in the membrane, insane in the brain. Now.